What's up, witches? It's the Zen Witch here with a reading of the full moon chart for December 29th, 2020. We have the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Cancer. And when you're looking at full moons, it really helps to look at the polarity of the elements to see what the dynamic tension is about. So here we have Capricorn, an earth sign, and Cancer, a water sign, and opposing signs are always going to be the same mode. Signs that are opposing or square each other will share a mode, but they will not share an element. They do share kind of like the kind of element, so that the receptive elements, water and earth, oppose, and the active elements, air and fire, oppose. So what this sets up is a tug of war between earth, which is practicality, structure and practicality, and some kind of, aim or goal, and water, which is the emotions. So the sun in Capricorn wants creative expression that is structured, that has a goal to it. And structure means limitation, right? A structure says, here are the boundaries of this. So sun in Capricorn craves boundaries, structure, some kind of concrete definition to it, which means you have to have a goal. We need to know what we're after as far as creative expression. The moon in Cancer is in its own sign, and the moon just wants to feel good. It wants to take care of itself emotionally. It wants to feel its feelings. So we've got the push-pull there between I've got something I need to accomplish, but I don't feel like it. Or the question, do I feel like it? So that's the push-pull here. And what we need to do is take care of ourselves emotionally so that when we have a moody dip, like moon in Cancer does, it flows, ebbs and flows like the tide. When we have kind of that dip, we can recognize it and sit down with ourselves and say, what do you need now, dear? Take care of it, express the feelings, and then being able to invest that emotional energy into your creative expression. So the problem with a full moon in Cancer is that we can tend to the negative a little bit. The sun in Capricorn is never known as being an optimist. Capricorn sees limitation and kind of sees what the worst thing is that can happen, sees the negative side of it. And with the moon in Cancer opposite that, we can see the negative side, and then that generates, moods, and then we are at the mercy of those moods. So that's the tendency that we need to avoid. But once you're aware of it, remember, awareness is power. Once you're aware of this polarity and the way it's operating, you can choose to take care of the emotions, know that they're fleeting, know that they're just physical processes that have to happen. Try not to get your brain involved with it, with the storyline that will then generate more emotions. Just recognize, I'm having a mood, I'm having an emotion. Decide what you need to do to move that emotion through, and then look at how you can channel emotional energy into some sort of goal. All right. Now, the full moon is on December 29th. That's this Tuesday. It happens at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, we'll get to see it here in Kent, Ohio. We didn't get to see any of the conjunction. We haven't gotten to see any of the moon. It's sunny today, so I'm hoping we'll be able to see a waxing moon tonight. That would be nice. The other thing I want to point out about this chart is that we have a T-square with Neptune at the apex squaring Venus in Sagittarius, Neptune in its own sign of Pisces. And then we've got the North Node over here. So this is a mutable T-square. T-squares generate tension. They generate energy. They create problems to be solved. And what we've got here is the tendency with a Neptune-Venus square to overindulge. Neptune is escapism. It is running this T-square because it sits at the apex. And remember that a T-square is a right triangle, so the point of the right angle is the apex of it, and that's the power point, and that's where Neptune is sitting. So the main tendency of this T-square is to want to escape. Just get me the hell out of this reality and into one of my own choosing, please. Squaring Venus, the mode of that escape is going to be through things that feel good, smell good, taste good. So anything that is a sensual pleasure. So you could escape through watching wonderful movies. You could escape through eating shit tons of carbs. You could escape through taking a wonderful bath that feels good. Venus is pleasure. So we are at risk of escaping into pleasure to our detriment because it's a square. It causes internal problems. So this is where I'm looking at, overindulgence that's going to make you feel like shit one way or another, because alcohol and drugs and things like that can come in here as well. Now let's pull in the North Node and see where that takes us. The North Node is not an energy. It's not a planet. It's a position in space, and it's the position where the moon crosses the path of the sun, the ecliptic. It represents the karmic way forward. So what I'm looking at here, while we're into, I just want to do everything that feels good in order to escape the hell that we're in right now, when you bring the North Node in, it says, but what's the way forward using these energies? And what I'm seeing here, Neptune is sacrifice. It's compassion and spirituality on the positive side. So looking at how we can engage compassion, bring in Venus things, and Venus things are anything material as well. It's money, it's food, it's shelter, it's anything that is materially of value that I can put my hand to. So what I'm seeing here is an opportunity to donate, to help somebody out. I know it's after Christmas, the build up to Christmas, the shelters and the food banks and everything have shit tons of donations coming in because everybody's thinking about the holidays. But after the holidays, people are still in need, and we are at a place in this country because Donald Trump has thrown in a fucking monkey wrench in his display of strength on his way out. We may not be getting the relief that we were hoping to get. That could have been signed, sealed, and nearly delivered by now, but he decided in his childish vengefulness to throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing. So we can be seeing people getting eviction notices. People's extended unemployment ran out yesterday, and things are going to get really grim. So think now how you can sacrifice and share some of the things you have. And I want to say that this is an exact T-square. Everything in it is sitting at 18 degrees. So it is as exact as it can get. So it means it's powerful, but mutable energy is adaptable and versatile. So this kind of T-square makes it difficult for you to see things through, to get something started, which is cardinal, to see it through, which is fixed. This is mutable, which is changing and adapting. So the negative tendency with this is just to go with the flow and not be able to move forward in a significant way. But when we're aware of this, you can look at that North Node and say, how can I use my sense of compassion and my material resources to move myself forward karmically by donating, by sacrificing, by helping, by looking at the underdog and seeing what I can do to lift them up. That's the compassion and spirituality of Neptune there. And that's kind of like the Christ vibe. He was the sacrificial lamb. So if you want to use the vibe of the Christmas season, you can use that and say, how can I activate the Christ in me and make a sacrifice of material resources to donate and move my own karma forward by lifting up someone else. Okay, that's all I've got for right now. I do want to say, as far as a chart signature, we can take a little bit off Earth down here in the right corner because we're discounting the angles. So we take off that Virgo rising, and we can knock down mutability a little bit because we're disregarding the midheaven and the ascendant. So we have still a pretty strong Capricorn chart signature. So with this full moon, you can do some structured magic. Again, think in terms of spirituality and sacrifice and donating and doing something concrete, not just on the magical level, but also on the physical level. If you decide to donate things, like if you clean out clothing and take it to a shelter, or, buy some food and take it to a food bank, bring your magic into that activity. As you're doing that activity, broaden your awareness, take it out to the cosmic level, hook into the ether, and connect what you would like to see happen on a broader level to that physical act that you're performing. As I donate this food, may all who suffer from hunger be fed. Things like that. Just spread your awareness, bring the magical intention to it, and things will go far beyond the donation, the physical donation that you managed to make. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I have had a bit of a break, which was kind of forced on me, and now I'm back. I wish you the happiest of New Year. Please keep thinking positive. Please keep yourself safe. Keep wearing your masks and washing your hands and doing everything you can to stop the spread. I thank each and every one of you that did the right thing through these holidays and sacrificed your family time together, sacrificed your personal holidays for the greater good. And that really is what that T-square is saying. Time to do a little bit more sacrificing for the greater good. And Venus in there says out of love as well. All right, you guys, Happy New Year, Merry belated Yule and Christmas. I will see you next time, probably for another unboxing. Until then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.